everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing okay, but most importantly staying home. Today I'm going to be doing a video about the worst, the okay and the best things about being in lockdown here at my parents' house. As you might have seen from a previous video, I rushed back to Cambridge around the 19th of March because that was when things really started to change very, very quickly, and I felt that I would be much happier isolating with my parents, because I would have their support there and I wouldn't feel so on my own in the way that I might have felt if I had stayed in Canterbury. So yeah, it's been just over a month now since I've been back, and I've had to finish uni work here at home. On Friday I handed in my dissertation, which basically marks the end of my BA degree, and I've celebrated that by doing things here at home. Okay, so I'm going to start for each thing I'm going to do 3 things. So the 3 worst things about isolating my parents. Number 1 is both my mum and my dad sneeze really, really loudly, and to me, whenever either of them sneeze, it feels like the house shakes. And because I'm noise sensitive, which is part of being neurodiverse, I have to cover my ears like really quickly, and it really makes me jump whenever one of them sneezes suddenly and I haven't had the time to prepare myself by covering my ears or bracing myself to hear them sneeze really loudly. Number 2 is because I live in Cambridge, my friends are spread out like all over the country, and so being away from my friends is really, really difficult sometimes, and I really miss seeing people and being with people. And even though I have the company of my parents, there is only so much one can take, and it does get really quite lonely. And then number 3, the final worst thing about being at home, I would say, is that I'm around whenever my cats bring in like little presents from the garden. Not too long ago, my kitten Tinker was playing with a mouse in the living room, and generally I'm happy with mice at a distance, but it makes me very, very uncomfortable whenever there's a dead one or a live one running around the house somewhere as well. Okay, on to the 3 things that are okay about being here in my parents' house. One of the okay things is that because I live in quite a big house, it's an Australian layout sort of house. That means there's lots of space here in the house, so me and my parents, my sister, I'll have me somewhere to go if we need space from each other. Another thing that's okay is that because I live in a very quiet suburban area, that means that there hasn't been many cases of coronavirus, or if there have, I haven't known about it. And I would like to think that people are generally sensible around and who are following the government guidelines and isolating, and things are always close by. So for example, my gran lives 2 villages along, so she's not too far away, and Actually, I think that's probably the next okay thing. My gran isn't too far away, and what we've been doing is taking food over to her whilst she's isolating, and her cat Smudge really seems to like me, so whenever I see her, or myself or my dad come to visit, Smudge is always comes like straight towards us and howls really loudly. So having that connection and that feeling really helps, and seeing my gran and seeing Smudge is quite a nice breath of fresh air from all this uncertainty, and it does keep them in my life. So the three best things about isolating in my parents' house is that it's been really nice to sit down, is to snuggle up in bed, and because there's a TV in the other room, I've been able to plug in my laptop into the TV, so I've been able to watch the National Theatre and the National Theatre screenings and the RSC shows that have been put on iPlayer. So I've got it's a very nice, comfortable space where I can relax and enjoy theatre. The next best thing is adding on to something that was okay, which was the space in the house. We've got a really, really nice big garden outside, so even though we can't go very far because of the lockdown, the garden is a really, really nice space where we can step outside and have some fresh air, and my mum's growing new flowers in there. For example, she's doing a meadow of wildflowers, and I think the next best thing would have to be I get to spend lots of time with my cats. So I've got 3 of them. They're called Makita, Coco and Tinker. Makita and Coco are both quite elderly, whereas Tinker was 1 last Sunday, and I'm really grateful for their companionship and the fact that cats really kind of love you unconditionally and have a way of knowing whenever you're feeling sad or upset. So either Coco or Tinker are by my side, so that really helps too. Oh, also in this lockdown, I've kind of rewatched old favourites. So I've rewatched old favourites on Netflix, such as Castle of Cagliostro and The Little Prince and Knight's Tale. And I've also gone back to rereading old favourites. So last night I finished reading When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher, and that was a really wonderful breath of fresh air, and was just a nice feel good and empowering book to read. And another thing is so over there are just some of the many paintings I've done. So having my paintings on the wall give a really nice energy to my bedroom here, so that when I go to bed at night I know that I'm in a safe space and everything's okay. So yeah, I know I did more best things than I said I would be, but it's just to give you an idea on what's keeping me okay and some good things within this lockdown, because I think positivity is really, really important in this time, because all this uncertainty and being away from friends and not seeing them or family is causing a lot of anxiety and is very difficult on mental health. I've had days where I've really struggled, but a wave of positivity does go a very long way. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll be posting another one soon. Thank you. Bye.